this is how I explain blockchains, right? We have remember like an accounting ledger, like an old one, pen and paper one. And every day I write the transaction into my ledger, and I turn over the page, and then we go to the next day, and I do it again. So each of those pages is a block in the blockchain. And here they're connected by a metal ring. In the blockchain, they're connected by cryptography. So that's all that's really going on here. We use the blockchain as a way to attest the order of things happening in the network. It's like a timekeeping system, basically. One of the nicest ways to think about blockchains and Web3 is that we're kind of building these architectures for imaginaries. This is the tabula rasa, the positive side of that, where we can, build, kind of imagine anything we can dream that's within the remit of the technology. We could imagine and build towards that. And so I just want to make sure that everyone is very aware that these things are early stage experiments, and the utopias which we might be promised may end up looking more like the power structures that we're trying to run away from, where we've got the NFT and that's the thing that we want. We trade that, speculate on that, and that's the only thing that anybody really seems to care about anymore. And the process that went into developing that, the artistry, the craft, the conceptual work, technical work, creative work, that seems to kind of not really be so interesting to people anymore. And they just want this kind of speculative object. But I think this idea of blockchains as virtual, jurisdiction as free ports, I think is very interesting. It will speak to a lot of people in the art world. It may tell us where, one of the futures where these things are going. With all of this in mind, everything in mind from the past, the present, and possible futures, we shouldn't lose sight of the potential of these technologies and these tools to enable new creator economies, to facilitate novel forms of collaboration, to open up new modes of collecting and sharing that run contrary to the present distributions of entrenched power. And it is in those potentials and possibilities, not in the speculative fervor of gentrified cyberspace land grabs, that we might find revolutionary causes and hopeful futures that are worth fighting for.